done program, and it's going to take me another 30, 40, 50 years to figure this out?
Great question. The first thing I say is, do you love your results? And if the answer is no, let's try something different, right? Your way's not working. That's what Bob said to me. It becomes so obvious, right? Well, you're 30 years and you're making 100K, like your way's not working, because there's 18-year-old kids making $1 million a month in NFTs working 5 hours a week. So it's levels of awareness. So
Right.
if somebody has 30 or 40 or 50 years of programming, that's the paradigm. We pull out something called a mind map. I just show them at like a 5th grade level how the fraction of 1% of people are succeeding in all these areas versus what they're doing. Right? School doesn't teach us anything about wealth, zero. You can go to Harvard Business School and not learn really anything about high levels of wealth creation. Elon Musk said that, right? I've never been to Harvard, but a lot of my employees have. So, and there's nothing wrong with being an employee. I'm not here to bash that. If somebody's an engineer and they love it, that's great. But it's a horrible way to make money. There's no scale of leverage to it. That's what I was as an engineer. Very hard to crack 7 figures in engineering a year, never mind a month. So we talk through this, and that's some basic things I said to you make sense, right? Yeah. So when you can explain things at like a 5th grade level, it makes sense. And when we're born a blank slate. We don't have any programs like the program of speaking or walking. We don't have those programs. We learn them from our environment. Well, if you had grown up with Warren Buffett as your dad, you would have learned wealth building programs as well. And you'd already be a multi-billionaire and you wouldn't think anything about it. It'd be like speaking English. It's another language. So environment is what shapes us in the early days. And most people are just not in that, 1 in a million that happens to be Warren Buffett's, child. So we go through traditional parents who are ignorant, traditional schooling, completely ignorant. And then we end up in a career that we don't even like that much, or maybe we do, but there's no scale because we haven't been exposed to like people like Richard Branson or like you said, Warren Buffett, these people. That's not mainstream schooling. So once we explain that, it becomes, very apparent that we need to do something different. And that's what we do. We educate people in how the fraction of 1% think.